Hello to all of my warriors out there. Thank you for joining in on another video with me. It's just me and my dog Baby Girl chilling out on my front porch, getting ready to get inside my garage and build the second squat rack that we had gifted to us by some family friends after we got done helping them with some remodels before they moved. By the way, that is mine and my wife's beautiful garden right there with our beautiful roses. Sometimes you just gotta wake up and smell the beauty in the day, even though it's still a little bit hot, and here in this garage it's a little bit hotter. But here is the task that we got today, and I kind of want to have a breakdown of kind of a slight mental battle that I've had here lately. Over my birthday, I dealt with a great feeling of being lost. I kind of got off track, even though I've been getting immense support and love from all of you guys out there, which I cannot express in words just how surprised and how happy I am to have your guys' support. You guys keep me moving and keep the message going way stronger than I can at this particular moment. And I so greatly appreciate all of your guys' support. So I really hope that you guys will join in on this build with me so we can have a little bit of a talk. I can run down the tools that I've used to overcome that lost feeling and to get somewhat back on track, because I still got a lot to do to get back with it, but I'm taking it one day at a time. I love you guys so very much. I know there's days that we feel lost and it feels like there's nothing out there that can overcome that feeling, and trust me, I definitely found it very hard to overcome, but thankfully with the power of the family around me, my wife and everyone who loves me so deep and caringly, was able to help pull me out. I understand some of you out there do not have that type of luxury. I hope that you come to me as that sense of family or someone to have a shoulder to cry on, because that's what it's all about. But here's the montage of me getting to this build and kind of doing some maybe voiceover. Maybe I will record me doing it, and yeah, let's hope for the best, and that will be done. For us out there, brothers and sisters combined, a fair warning that I am gonna be doing this in hoochie daddies and flip-flops with horrible tan lines and all. So if that's someone who's or if that's something that offends you, because I'm working around heavy equipment, I'm just letting you guys know that I am a professional idiot, so I will be all good. On Sundays, the requirements for me are hoochie daddies and flip-flops, so any work done around my house is always gonna be done in hoochie daddies and flip-flops, regardless of where it is. So thank you all for joining. If you guys like idiots and hoochie daddies and flip-flops, thank you for joining in on this build that we're gonna do together. So the first message that I want to get across when it comes to that lost feeling, anytime you get trapped in it, because regardless, we're always gonna have our moments of where it will come back to harm us, is that you just need to slow down and breathe, because regardless the situation, immediate action without taking the necessary time to go through and think it could always cause irrational decisions. Making decisions before we give it the time and thought that needs to develop. I.e. example is the squat rack. I was rushing through it without taking the time that I necessarily needed to make sure that I was doing it properly, because this is not the first one that I built, but there's the other one. I built that one like 3 times. We've had to move it a couple of times. But the biggest message is to slow down and remember what your purpose is, what your goals are, and to get back on track. When we feel lost, it's just essentially the feeling of just getting off track from what our goals are. And what I mean by this being the example is I rushed through this just to try to get it built, and I realized I used one screw that was longer than the rest, and that not screw but bolt that was longer than the rest, and it ended up backfiring on me, and now I gotta go through and remove that bolt and put the proper bolt in, so this thing is structurally sound and no one's gonna. The second thing I want y'all to do would to be to separate yourself as soon as you can from that situation and search for what brings you peace in this world, regardless of if that is people around you who bring you a joyful, peaceful era, as in family, friends, or even co-workers, or if you don't have those people around you, find a situation or go to a situation that you know will bring you peace, i.e. Going on walks, being in nature, going to the gym, going on a drive or walk or run or whatever it may be. Find you a place that allows you to separate your mind from that lost feeling, so you can reorganize your thoughts, reorganize what could be potentially causing that lost feeling. Because when it comes to construction, that lost feeling can happen out of nowhere. We can be the strongest and most steadfast workers that have all of our eggs in our basket, but one morning when we wake up, that depression can hit, and it can be a dark and deep place. I know ever so much about it because I fight it on a weekly basis, at least, to keep any of my things in check. So my own belief, this is what I found to be the biggest benefit for myself, is just surrounding myself with people that bring me peace. My wife, a lot of my family, but also there's other things that bring me peace. Fishing, nature, walks, being around my dog, taking my dog for a walk in the backyard. All of these things allow myself to separate my mind from reality, bills, finances, whatever it may be, and just has me reminding myself what life is all about. Like right there, that is a perfect example. Just stop, slow down, live life for just a second. Breathe in the flowers, take a break and build a squat rack. Even though that sometimes that could bring you a lot of stress. The process is to get ready to face those demons that create the lost feeling. What I mean by that is mentally preparing yourself to have that conversation in your own mind. Typically, I do these conversations in the gym when it's just me versus me. Whether that's me versus my body or me versus my mind. But you got to go back to what brings you that peace. Working out brings me that peace, to allow you to go in confidently to overcome these these demons or these deep thoughts and push them back to where they belong, so you can continue to go through and focus on building that mental fortitude that's ready to overcome anything in life. Now, I'm not a guru, I'm not an expert, I'm just a normal guy just like you guys. I'm just here trying to give you guys the tools that I've used to overcome these challenges myself. I hope they do something to help benefit your life in the future. I want you to pick up all your tools, pick up yourself, look in the mirror, reassemble them back to that driven individual that you was prior to that lost feeling. Make sure you grab each and every part so you do not build yourself back any lesser than what you was.